Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Tuesday. It's Tackle It Tuesday. Now, we got home around 5 o'clock Sunday night from our weekend down in Pennsylvania, the craft show, and all that. Sunday night, I pretty much sat in my chair and didn't do much of anything. I was making lists. Like, oh, yeah, I've got to do this. Oh, yeah, I've got to do this. Monday, I was still making lists. Um, In fact, on Monday, I typed up my list and I I did it in an Excel file so I could make it with two categories, like stuff in the craft room and then a descriptive phrase like where I need to be or whatever this task is, and then the task like items to do in the craft room, errands to run, Etsy stuff to do on the laptop, miscellaneous, stuff to do with my planner. So I made a list 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. I think I did 2 things, maybe 3 on the list yesterday. Once I got it all typed up, I just felt sort of overwhelmed by all the stuff to be done, and I didn't react well. I just sat in my chair and played games on my tablet, did a little bit. I finished one restock item, but didn't get all that much done. So today, it's a Tackle It Tuesday. I've already crossed 3 things off the list today. I'm going to get it done. I'm just going to, since I've got it organized in different categories, say, okay, do something here in the craft room, like make a video. And then go out to the laptop, do one thing on the laptop, go to my chair, play with yarn for a little bit. Gotta touch the yarn. And then do something with my planner. Start it again and go through until I get these things done. I'm going to be sorting stuff out from just tossing stuff into bags at the end of the craft show because I have at least 3 Etsy listings that need to be updated. I'm going to be typing up a bunch of patterns that I scribbled down either on pieces of paper or into my day planner because it's much easier to work from a typed pattern that's at least 14 points so that I don't need my readers on to read the pattern. Sometimes I'll just sit in there and then I've got to put the readers on to read. Okay. So stuff like that. So we shall see. It's already November 4th, and I have not even started to set up my November page in my calendar. Yeah. I need to get over this. Oh, I'm so overwhelmed by everything. I need to get over that and get stuff done. Coffee helps. Let's see. I had thought of a couple stories that I forgot to put into the video about the craft show. And okay, I need to do that. One thing I talked in my last video about the last show about how there was the temptation of like the people at the table next to me just snacking and buying stuff from the various vendors. At this show, they did have a snack cart going around. It went around a lot, went past me a lot. But at this school, they weren't as directed as they were at the last show. At the last show, they'd wheel right up to you and say, would you like to buy a snack? Would you like some coffee? Would you like chips? Would you like some candy? This one, they just wheeled it around and figured, if you want something, you'll wave them down. So I was able to stick with the food that I brought with me, except the show was going fairly well, and I decided it was time to celebrate. Now, usually every day I'm tracking my meals, my calories, my steps, everything on an app in my attempt to lose some weight. But I used some treat days that I had banked. Just, okay, I'm gonna try to eat healthy, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I have a treat this weekend. So there is a vendor who goes to these shows down around my daughter's house who makes the prettiest, most original, and delicious macaroons. So because they're made with almond flour, they're gluten-free. Not all of them are gluten-free. Like she makes one that's cookies and cream where she crunches up Oreos and puts those in. That's a no-go. But when I was looking at them, she had a Reese's macaroon. It had, let's see, it was like a chocolate macaroon. The filling in the middle was peanut butter. And then she had put some Reese's Pieces on the top. There it is. Yes, I bought one. And I savored it. I enjoyed every minute of that. Then I was like, okay, I've had my treat. Now I'm going to get back on track. The problem was, later that evening, I just felt like I wanted to cry. I was like, oh, just feeling so awful. I think that because I've been trying to eat healthy for a few months now, I'm not used to that level of sugar, and I think I had a sugar crash later that evening. So I'm back on track. Stick to the plan. You know, let's just keep pushing on through, even though things are going slowly. Even though mean old Mr. Scale this morning said that I gained 1.5 pounds yesterday. Probably because high sodium food, like we had hamburgers and baked beans for dinner. Yeah, higher sodium, lots of carbs in my bun. I had a gluten-free bagel for my bun. It was sort of hard to bite through the 2 layers of bagel and a burnt, but it was very good. So okay, back to crocheting. I have some stuff to show you that I finished either during the craft show, on the ride home, or since I have been home. I haven't made all that much because, as I said, I was feeling sort of overwhelmed. I let that get to me. I wasn't working on crochet as much. It's like, oh, you're feeling overwhelmed? Play with yarn, you'll feel better. No, I was playing games. I was getting frustrated because I kept losing. So, okay. Hopefully I've got things back on the right path now. What did I do first? Okay, I pulled this out of here, that, oh, there it is. My story of how I forgot a yarn needle. There we go. Let's see. Can we get it? A nice yarn needle for on the trip. Did I put that back in? I'll have to make sure I put that little Ziploc bag with the yarn needle and the stitch markers, all that, back in the craft bag, because I need to have that. So we went over to Walmart, and this particular Walmart has a very small yarn section. I think I have a bigger yarn section in this room than they have in that store. It's just one short aisle. And then there's another part of an aisle that has a few little notions, like the crochet hooks and the yarn needles and all that. So they had maybe 5 crochet kits at different price points and different brands. The first one, of course, I'm cheap. I picked up the cheapest one first. I looked at it, I turned it over, and I'm looking at the stuff. Nope, 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 nope. It had a hokey little plastic needle. Nope. I want a metal needle. So when I picked this up, it had a metal needle. It also had just a plain metal crochet hook. So this is going to get what do you call it? This is going to get a makeover with silicone beads. And then it will be easier to work with. I used my other stuffing that I had open instead of using their stuffing. I'm going to try to throw this into the craft box, which is like up on the bookshelf back there, probably about 5 feet away. I missed. Okay. So I got this on Friday evening. After our family dinner on Friday, I started working on it. My granddaughters were saying, "What are you making, Grammie?" And I'd be like, "You're making a pizza?" And they're watching me make it. Oh, that's the cheese. Oh, that's a pepperoni. Are you going to put the eyes on now? The picture says it has eyes. You're going to put the eyes on? I just have something stuck in my throat. I should have brought back a cough drop. Because coffee is not helping. Okay, so during the show, I finished it. This was made with the t-shirt type yarn, which it worked up nicely. It had a 3.5 millimeter hook, which I might have gone up to a 3.75 for the thickness of the yarn, but I worked with what they gave me. The directions were clear, so I'd say that this was a pretty good kit. I liked it. And Parker the Pizza by Busilla. Scan to see more. Let's take it out of here so it isn't. Okay. So there's a QR code up there that says scan to see more. So if you wanted to see some kits from this line, I just gave you the code to scan. But I like this kit. Maybe we're starting our family Christmas exchange, and like you have to make up your wish list. So I think I might scan to see more, see what other kits they offer in this line, and maybe add that to my Christmas list. Okay, so that I worked on Friday night and Saturday. Saturday after the show, I told you I only had limited patterns with me. I had the book by Genna, No So Mini Amigurumi, and I made this. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Wait. Red, pink. There is a missing puppy. I made a different one. I don't know where he is. Well, this was the second. This was the first one. I made 2 puppies. One had a red collar, one had a black collar. I don't know where the black collar puppy is. He is not with the other things that I finished. But between Saturday and Sunday, I made 2 puppies from the Made by Genna Amigurumi book. I thought that maybe the nose, I could have done a color change a little earlier on the nose and maybe embroidered a little something on the front. Just, he's okay, but there's room for improvement there. Then on the way home, first thing I made was a bear. This is from the same book. Basically, this is the same pattern. You just do, like this guy's got a long tail and this guy has a little nubby tail. This one has got the color changes. This one doesn't. Dog, bear. So I made the bear on the way home in the car. And then oops, let's get this turned properly. I made a bunny in a basket. A little pink bunny. Let's get his ears up so he looks more buddyish. There we go. This was one of the few printed patterns that I took with me. So I think he turned out well. And since I will have hanging grids for my next show, I will hang him up and see if he sells. Then on the last leg of the car trip, I started a lizard. I had taken this yarn with me on the trip because I had the idea of making a black cat with this yarn for the blanket. I just figured I wanted something orangish, and I figured, okay, this has got the orange in it for a black cat's blanket. So I made the gecko from Genna's book with this yarn. And then last night, once I got myself out of my bump on a log mode, I started an item on my restock list. The first item to sell at Saturday's show was a Bananasaurus. So I made another Bananasaurus to restock that. So I need to get pictures of him and get him on Etsy. And get him with the other dinosaurs so that he will be on display for the next show in a week and 5 days. Oh dear. One leg seems shorter than the other. When I tried putting him down on the desk, there we go. We'll stretch the back leg out a little bit. Now he's standing properly. So I'm going to wrap this up. And since I took a little extra time fixing up my hair today, and since I'm wearing a nice scarf and sweater, it's sort of chilly. And this sweater just leaves my neck a little more exposed than I like when it's chilly out. So I'm like, I'm going to put on one of my sweaters today and be warm. So since I'm done up a little more than usual, I am going to make a second video today. So you'll see this outfit again for the finale for bag 4. Because I am all done with that. Need to get that video made. And then I will jump into Tackle It Tuesday with a vengeance and see how many of the 20-something items on my list I can actually cross off today. I just crossed off one. I made today's video. Okay. So there won't be 2 videos released today. One of them I'll schedule to release tomorrow. So tomorrow I have to be out of the house early for some tests, and after I do that, I'm going to go do my shopping, and then I can come home and work on stuff. But unless I get referred for other tests, but I don't know what's going on tomorrow. I just want to have a video there so that if the tests show something of concern, I don't have to make a video when I'm freaking out. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.